Hi, I'm just coming on here to chat about efficiency and how efficient you can be. Apparently, I'm really efficient. I recently asked a friend what's something that I do that I find super easy that other people struggle with. And she said, "You're super efficient. You can basically get 5 days worth of work done in about one day." I was like, what? Really? So I've been thinking about this and pondering and going, well, how do I do this? And just really thinking about how I am more efficient. I've often labeled myself as a lazy person in the past. And this isn't because I think I'm lazy and I just want to basically just sit around not doing anything. No, absolutely not. But actually, I find that I want to find the quickest and most easiest ways to complete a task. So I have found that in a lot of the jobs that I've done, when I have been given full control and full ownership and autonomy over something, I work to the best. I am at my best when I am, when somebody is like, hey, here you go, run with this. I'm like, brilliant, this is amazing. And then I get to be efficient and find the easiest, simplest way to do something. And the reason I do this is because my time is precious. Time is so precious. It is so, we don't have enough time. We're all time poor because we're busy and we have all these different things that we need to be doing and, this, that, and the other. But if we can be more efficient in those things that we kind of go, oh yeah, we need to do all those things, then we have more time to do the things that we love and get to play and enjoy. And so I have some tips that I just wanted to chat about when it comes to being more efficient. And these are tips that help me. They might not help you because you might work differently to me, and some of them do focus on, how we may work. My energy might be different to your energy. Okay. So basically, the first one is find out when you're most productive. I know for me, I am super productive in the morning. Like mornings are the best for me. I am that annoying person in the morning that will talk to you. My poor housemate is just like, what? I've just woken up and I'm like full blown, like, let's chat. Obviously, I have to kind of rein that in. But I know that that's when I'm super productive. The last job that I worked was really good for this because I got to be able to work flexibly. Flexibly? Is that a word? It was flexible working. So basically, you could start at the earliest 7 and then finish at 3, which was just brilliant for me. And I absolutely loved that kind of working because that was when I was most productive. I felt that I got home at a decent time. So I still had like my afternoon to do things that I loved and enjoyed before going into the evening. So when are you most productive? Maybe it's the evening, figure it out. And that's when you need to do your tasks. Number 2, break them down into smaller tasks. This is goal setting. This is like one-on-one, the big thing that you need to do. Break it down, break it down, break it down, break it down, break it down. Okay, well, what's that one thing that you need to do? Just do that. That's what you need to do. And then you build up from there and it accumulates from there. This is about being super efficient. Yes, you can keep that big thing in mind, that big goal, but what's the first things you have? What's the first steps that you have to do? It's about efficiency. The next one is list things down. I love a list. I absolutely love making lists. I have lists all the time. I recognize that I will always have lists. You might be the same. And understand that you may not always be able to finish your list. Maybe it's something that you're not going to get to the end to, and actually being okay with that is all right. But having them down is really good, so then I don't have to remember them because I can find myself being quite forgetful. But I know that then when I am in that energy state where I am in full flow and I'm like ticking things off my list, I know that then I'll probably tick off most of them in one go, because that's how my energy works. You know, I know that I am very much like I can do a lot of work in one day and then I can spend the next 4 days kind of not doing things, and I have to recognize that I'm still being just as productive and efficient. I'm just doing it over a shorter space of time. But that's how I work. You might work differently to me, and also figuring that out for yourself, where your energy lies, maybe within the 24 hours, maybe within the month as well, you know, and understanding when you can get that list of things done. And the next one is don't multitask. You know, we've been told, especially as women, that we are really good at multitasking, but it's not a thing. It's not actually something, you know, you feel like maybe you're being really good at all these things, but actually you're not being efficient. You're being less efficient at lots of things instead of being super efficient doing one thing. If you do one thing at a time, this is hard because there's lots of distractions, which leads me to the next ones. Get rid of distractions. You know, if you want to be super efficient, find out where your distractions are. Where does your mind go when you think, oh, I've got to do those things? You know, where does it get taken? Maybe it gets taken by other people. Maybe your phone, you know, or maybe the telly, you know, anything that you're watching, you know, all these things. Maybe you can't get rid of them completely, but maybe there's an element of boundary setting or something that you need to do to be able to complete what you need to do. And the next one is rest is important too. You know, it's very good thinking about efficiency and energy and being like, well, yes, I'm going to get all these things done. But actually, you need to find those moments of rest as well. Those moments where you just take that time to yourself to do nothing, to really 100% rest, which I know can be difficult for some people. You know, I find for me, I do meditation, I do breath work, I do take myself out on nature walks, and that to me is rest, and it feels very nourishing for me. But, you know, find your nourishing. And the last one is managing your energy. I've just spoken about this in terms of, you know, figuring out where you are the most productive. Like I say, you might be a morning person like me, but you might be an evening person instead. And be like, well, actually, instead of watching all those things on the telly, that's when I need to do those things. You know, that's when I need to be the most productive. Maybe it's throughout the month, your energy levels. I know as women, you know, we have cycles, we have certain, I know for me, I have certain moods and certain elevations of, you know, of energy where I'm like, oh, yes, I'm feeling it, I am on it. And then there's certain weeks where I'm like, I am not going to get anything done today. And that's okay. And that's really, really okay. And it's about just recognizing, and also recognizing things that you are doing. I know for me, I didn't actually quite see how efficient I was until I wrote down all the things that I was doing. And I was like, oh, I've actually done quite a lot. And I used to think that I was not doing enough. Oh, you know, it goes back to that. I'm not good enough. I'm not doing enough. I should be doing more. But actually, when you do write down the things that you are doing, you can actually see where your focus is. And this is a really good task as well, you know, to see where your time is going to make yourself more efficient. Literally write the things that you do just over a span of one day. Literally write everything you do. Got up, you know, whenever, picked up my phone, looked at my phone for half an hour, got up, got in the shower, got out, had breakfast, and put the times, and, you know, and then look at those times when you're doing something that you're like, yeah, I'm going on my phone quite a lot. How can I change that? If it's something that you want to change, you know, and you want to do other things with your life, you know, where's that time going? Because time is so precious. So those are my tips for being more efficient. If you have any others, please just add below. Thank you.